Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are going to get right to it. I just want you to remember that this is for your entertainment only, of course. Let's get to it. Someone was smiling down on that child that day. That is that is some wild footage there. So glad everything turned out okay. My grandpapa and I used to fly kites on the beach all the time, my entire childhood. I never once got tangled in it, I'll tell you that. Probably something you remember.
I've got a history lesson for you. The history of the middle finger. I just found out about it and I feel compelled to share it with you, my intelligent friends. Because history is way more fun when you know more fun facts about it, right? So, before the Battle of Agincourt in 1415, the French, anticipating victory over the English, proposed to cut off the middle finger of all captured English soldiers because you can't shoot arrows without a middle finger. The British used this famous English longbow. It was made of the native English yew tree. And the act of drawing the longbow back was known as plucking the yew, or pluck yew. Sadly for the French, the English won and began mocking the French by waving their middle fingers at the defeated French, saying, "See, we can still pluck yew." Now, over the years, Americans have since changed up the words, and pluck yew is now, well, you know what it is. And the one finger salute, because of the pheasant feathers on the arrows used with the longbow, is known as giving someone the bird. And you thought you knew every plucking thing. Now you do.
That is really interesting. I never knew that. Did anybody know that? Very interesting. I'm bringing back pluck you. Pluck off.
Walked as it walked. It literally sounded.
Stacy.
What the? Nope, no. That's. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know if I want to know what the hell that was. Okay. Somebody tell me what that was. Just keep that a little closer. Is there somebody outside? Please leave.
I just wanted to say that it would take one request, one please leave, and I'm like, bye. I wouldn't be hanging out. Keep the tent. I'll come back for it in the daylight with a team of people.
It's not like I said don't. Well, I'm gonna look outside. What the f*** that was that sound again? What the fuck? I gotta get the hell out of here. Can't even run because it's nasty. Oh, shit. Okay. I just heard something. Something made a sound in my ear. What the was that? Nope. Let's just go.
Did that look like there were two little creatures ahead of him on the trail? Why would you ever go camping alone? Why? I just don't think it's safe at all. I can name several instances that I personally know about of why it's a terrible idea. My uncle, for example, we live in the Northeast, and he was huge into hiking. Huge. Like, he would take my cousin, he would take my brother. Like, he loved hiking. We live near the Appalachian Trail and all sorts of cool things that hikers love. So he would go out there by himself all the time. So he was out for a multi-day trip, and he was in the middle of nowhere in this little pit stop cabin that was out there, and nobody else was there. And he started having a heart attack. And, you know, that's his story to tell, so I'm not going to go into it, but let's just say, through the grace of all that is holy, he made it, he's here, and it was a huge wake-up call. I know other people who have family members who are no longer here due to injuries when they were out hiking by themselves. So it's just not worth it. It's not even the hiking so much as like the camping overnight. Anything could happen in the woods at night. I live in the middle of the woods. And if you just go out, I have no streetlights whatsoever. It's just the stars, the moon, and if my porch light's on. Nothing. And it's really scary sometimes. And you hear a lot of sounds that you have no idea what they are. And you can't see anything. So don't mess with nature, because I promise nature is always going to win.
Have you seen Mr. Skittlesworth and Mr. Greenbunch, the snake? Mr. Skittlesworth is this black cat, and they are quite the friendship that you would not expect. So Mr. Skittlesworth's playmates when he was younger actually died in a house fire. It was super sad, and the owner said that Skittlesworth didn't want to eat after, didn't want to move, was super depressed, and they didn't know what to do. And then one day they found him in the morning with Mr. Greenbunch around his neck, the snake.
I would freak out if I saw my cat with a snake around his neck.
One of the local snakes here that's native to Costa Rica, and they made friends, and now they don't go anywhere without each other. Greenbunch just wraps himself around the neck and just chills and hangs out, and they both eat mice, and so they share it. They share every other one, typically.
How do you know? How do you know that? He did say the owners. So does this cat live in a home, and are they giving him mice? Does Mr. Greenbunch live there too? I have some follow-up questions here, but I do love it.
It just goes to show you that friendship has no boundaries.
It's true. It doesn't. It's just opening yourself up and taking a chance. I think that's sweet. And I want to write a children's book about this. Hey there, just interrupting your video watching to send you a big thank you for watching. Appreciate it lots. And if you enjoy this content, please come back. We make one every day. I'm trying to figure out the best time for everyone. So if you want to go ahead and comment what time is best for you, I will take that into consideration. Thank you. Onward.
To the walls was just, we found some winding stairs. And as you go up to the 4th floor, everything from the carpet to the drapes to the walls was just bright white. I mean, it was just almost glowing white. Working our way towards the back, there was an area that was an arched entry, and it had a real pretty curtains over it. As you go through there, there is another inner room, and we discovered a bed in there. It was a tall bed. It was actually...
I'm sorry, but that ain't look like no bed. That looks like an altar.
like an altar where you'd carry a person and put them onto that bed, and it was about waist or above high, and it was very white.
Just seeing that room, I realized that something wasn't right with it. The way that it was laid out, you could feel it.
We went down to the basement, and towards the back of the basement area was a big vault.
They could not crack that vault. So then you hear all this jackhammering, just loud echoing through the building for hours. And then finally, it's just deathly quiet. They had broken through. That's where they found all of the records.
There were
People who do bad things love to keep records of them. Do you guys know who Warren Jeffs is? I kind of just am finding more about that, but it's the Church of Latter-day Saints. It's the guy that they all swoon over or whatever. But here's a little more about it. Just a little.
Scariest cult is in a small town in Arizona, where child trafficking, arranged marriage, and having multiple wives is the norm.
you know, because I ended up with 35 siblings.
This town is ruled by the FLDS, or the Fundamentalist
Imagine buying those Christmas presents.
Church of Latter-day Saints, the most extreme branch of Mormonism. Its members idolize a man named Warren Jeffs, a religious leader on the FBI's most wanted list, who is now serving a life sentence in prison for sex crimes against children. I want to learn more about the dark side of polygamy in America, so I'm driving to the FLDS headquarters right now to talk to survivors and expose the truth.
If you want to know more about this, at Drew Binsky, I'm sure he has lots more stuff from his research. Sounds awful. Just like all the rest of those things. Why is there just like a nice cult? You know, let's start a cult. But maybe it shouldn't be called a cult. I just want, like, why can't it just be nice? And it really is nice. And nobody's doing anything sketchy. Why can't it just be nice? This dog back here is like, I don't know. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize the dog was on one of those chain things, those runs. They're so lucky. Oh my God. In their own backyard too.
Got her. They got her. I will give you 5 seconds to guess who this is. You guys are never going to guess. Who is that? Is that Fergie? Who the heck is that? They're literally all looking the same now. Tell me who this is. How are people 50 years old looking 20 years old now? It's giving me major Shania Twain vibes. You guys remember the Shania Twain video where she's moving all robotically, not even acting herself? Same with Kate Beckinsale. Yes, that's who this is. This is the Kate Beckinsale that I remember. And even back in the day, like just with a glance, it literally looks like Kristen Stewart with a brown wig on.
Kate Beckinsale has always been like goals. She didn't need to do anything like this.
Tell me I'm wrong. Not too long ago, she was in the hospital wearing fans for her bizarre posts with her looking like this with a giant bow on her head. Next thing you know, she's back in the public eye looking better than ever. Nice coffee cup. Does anybody remember back in the day when Kate and Matt Rife hooked up? Way back in 2017 when he was 21 and she was 43. Which means she wasn't getting...
To be fair, she always looked like she was in her 20s, so...
this Matt Rife, or this Matt Rife. She got this Matt Rife. Totally given Hollywood vibes. if you know what I mean. She actually has a history of hooking up with young men in the industry when she hooked up with 22-year-old Goody Grace when she was 46. And then again with Machine Gun Kelly. And then it makes you wonder, where did they meet at? Who knows? But this is not the same Kate Beckinsale, and this is not the same Kate Beckinsale that we remember. Just like one big tangled spider web. What is happening here?
I hope Kate Beckinsale, if she ever sees this, she doesn't think that I'm being mean towards her. I still love you always. I'm just a little concerned.
Have y'all seen this new cult that started that we're getting like a front row seat to because of TikTok? I don't know a whole lot about it, but there's essentially this thing called Rebuilding Atlantis, and this guy owns some land in Texas, and he's telling people that they can move out there for free. And there's this lady who started doing TikToks that just moved out there, and it's literally in the desert. But now from some of her TikToks, we found out that you can't just go live there for free. You have to subscribe to his channels or something, which I know is a lot less expensive than rent, but like still the fees are already coming in randomly. And it's just so bizarre. Like her partner or whatever that she's out there with was asking this guy, Mike, who's in charge, if they could have a lion and a camel. Again, I've done like zero research. I just watched 3 videos, and but this is going to be a Netflix documentary, and it's 1000% a cult, and we're getting front row seat, so tune in.
We shall. Stop getting lions, guys. Stop getting these, like, stop hunting them, stop getting them. Let them just live. Let's let the lions just live. Can we just agree to that? Come on. It's time for the good news.
My name is Quan Stewart.
James.
James? I'm a veterinarian. If it's okay with you, I'd like to take a look.
I think most of us, if we're being honest with ourselves, when we see someone on the streets with a pet, the first thing we think is, poor pet, right? I had that thought.
Her hips have been bothering her for a little bit. She's been sore when she walks too much.
But I will say this about the people I've met who have pets on the streets. They are some of the most remarkable pet parents I've ever met.
He makes me feel good, and he loves me, and I know he loves me.
I've seen people give up their last meal for their pet, and people who have $3 for their name, and after I'm done with the treatment, they will try and give me that $3.
This is your partner, obviously, huh?
He's my best friend.
I can treat about 80% of the cases I see out of a really small bag.
Oh, you do vaccines too?
Do vaccines.
That's
she
really
needed
cool.
them.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's antibiotics, it's anti-inflammatories, flea and tick, heartworm prevention. It's all there.
Let me take a listen here.
It doesn't matter what your situation is or what your background or past is. I see a pet in need, and I see a person who cares for them dearly, who just needs some help.
I'm going to go right here. Okay.
It's at no cost to them, it's free.
That's it, buddy. You're a good boy.
I just thought that was amazing. And I definitely have that same thought. I worry about the animals, especially. And I think I heard somewhere, someone time, actually, I may have posted it before. Someone said it's kind of like you think that the dog is going through something bad, but to them, they're just on a really long walk that never ends. So, and they do always seem pretty happy. But then I guess my thought is, okay, this is now, but what happens when the dog is older and needs real veterinary care or gets an injury, or you do? Who's going to care for this animal? I think we need to have resources, good resources, not these. I will refrain from using the language that I want to use, but not these bad places that we have now that are shelters. I won't get into it. That's my thing. That was supposed to be the good news. So we're going to stop it there. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe so that we can all stay connected. New video almost every day, unless otherwise noted, but I'll be here tomorrow and I'll see you then. I hope you have a great day. And I just want to say hi to my amazing grandma. I love you.